Hi everybody, welcome to a very special Low on Health where I'm going to discuss me achieving my Xbox 360 over 100,000 achievement points gamer score, which as most people know doesn't mean a damn thing. Essentially Xbox Live has achievements, which we all probably more or less know, especially if you're watching this and you have an Xbox 360, you know what these are. Essentially as you play through games, you unlock these points and achievements that get added up to a grand score. I know, it's not that big of a deal and they can actually not be used for anything. What the main thing is when these were instituted with the Xbox 360 when it first came out, a lot of people didn't care. I, for some reason, enjoy the idea of achievements in general. And I'm just going to kind of go over the reasons why, just real quick before I go over the hard data of me reaching the 100,000. Achievements to me were kind of a cool idea. When you play a game with a friend and of course they say they beat it, you know they did because you take their word for it. What's nice with the Xbox 360 achievements is you can actually see what other games your friends have played and what they've done in them. And what that has really kind of evolved into is now, because I play so many different games, I can see how far along my friends are with it, so I don't have to spoil it with them, or I know exactly what kind of deeds they've done. Which I think is really, really cool. Once again, not that big of a deal to most people. Now, other systems have done this too, like the PS3. They have trophies. Of course, PS3 and PlayStation, they instituted it later on in the cycle, in which case their trophy system is so broken it's not even funny. And now you people out there that have both systems know what I'm talking about. To even compare trophies to your friends, you have to sync them up, which takes for some reason an absurd amount of time because it's a free network. With Xbox 360, it's seamless. You can easily compare what your friends have done for a particular game or what their activity or what games they've been playing. And I think that's really cool. And honestly, when you look at all the games I've played, you notice that a lot of them are for the 360, even if they're multi-platform. Some of them are for PC just because of accessibility. But really what came down to me playing a lot of games on the 360, despite most of my friends having 360s, was because of the achievements. As I played them, I knew it was going to an overarching score. Now, achievements, I think, are really cool, and I like to kind of categorize like the different achievements you get. Like, if I were to make a game, and how I would have the achievement spread is, basically, after you've played through a whole game, you should maybe get 400 achievement points. Then you have other achievements tied to difficulty, like harder difficulties, and then situational ones, which I'll get to at the very end of this video. I don't think achievements should be tied to anything DLC related or online, because not everybody has online and not everybody can afford DLC. I mean, I liked it when the original achievements were back in the day, where it was only like a handful because they weren't too sure. And it was like maybe 6 or 12, and it was basically just beating the game, and I think that was kind of cool. Now, a lot of people will call me out for basically kind of achievement whoring, playing a game almost specifically just for the achievements. Now, while I have done that for some games, it does not detract the fact that I've played X number of games. Now, let's say the average score you'll get from a game is in between 300 to 400, and I'm over 100,000. That shows I have played a lot of games. It doesn't not necessarily mean that I am a good gamer or better gamer than other people. It just means that I've wasted a lot of my time playing games, as we all know. Now, what I'm going to get to right now is kind of my raw data of my achievements. Now, there's a 360 Voice, which is a program I kind of signed up for back in the day, which kind of keeps track of all your achievements and does really cool charts and everything. And I just want to kind of go over. There you can see that my gamer score is now currently at that. I did reach the over 100,000 while playing Darkness 2, which was I was playing over the weekend. And this current data right here is a breakdown of chronologically the games I played recently to the past. And as I'm scrolling through this, you can kind of see a lot of these games I haven't played for more than 2 days, 5 days, 3 days, no more than 7 days on most of these games. And that's mainly because I started renting games from GameFly and whatnot, and Redbox, because I really couldn't afford games anymore. If you were to actually pay $60, $40 a top, or even buy these used at like $15 to $12 a pop, there's no way that I would be able to play these many games to get the achievement score in basically these 5 years. It's interesting to see kind of the days and how long it takes me to play certain games and whatnot, going back through time here. This list right here actually shows what games I've played the most of, like days in a row, in which case Modern Warfare 2 is there, because that was mainly when I was unemployed. I was playing Modern Warfare 2 a lot. And then Chrome Hounds, which is kind of a defunct game now because they closed the servers. But then you have, of course, Rock Band and a little Grand Theft Auto. And it's kind of interesting to see what games I spent a lot of time on. Battlefield 3 actually has already kind of picked up the pack there, which is really interesting that I played that game a lot. And a lot of these, RPGs here and there. What I think is really interesting after going through all this data is this line graph here that shows basically when I started kind of keeping track of everything, which was back, let's say, 2007, early February 2007. That's kind of when I started keeping track of all this. And it's actually interesting that I've actually ended it now also in February 2012. So this is a good, clear indication of 5 years of basically Xbox Live gaming. And now what you'll notice is every now and then strong upticks. of kind of a Gamerscore inclines here, and these mainly actually happened around kind of the gaming season. Let's say around like from September to December. Right here, here's October, and of course here's October again. Here's another incline. Now we notice right here is this flat line. When I didn't play any 360 games, this is when I was working at McDonald's, a 6-month span of time when I was working at McDonald's to get extra money not to lose the house, which we all know how that ended up. But then once I basically said, screw it, bam, I picked up once again. But it's really interesting from this line graph to kind of see the progress of 5 years of Xbox Live 360 gaming. So yeah, sad, I know. Now I want to share real quick, as we all play a game, we all notice every now and then an achievement will pop up we didn't expect. I'm going to share two of them, kind of two of my favorite achievements. I like the achievements where if you beat a chapter, okay, you get one. But I also like the situational ones where, not necessarily kill 50 enemies with X, but do something you wouldn't normally expect to do. And now I will go back through games and kind of do achievement farming with them just because that gives me replayability. I will definitely look at a game, see if achievement's worth getting, see if it's worth spending the time with, and go towards it. I like that. It gives me an extra incentive to play a game, even more so than normal. Now this irony achievement, which a lot of you remember from BioShock, which was, of course, you were taking pictures for him of the people you captured, and just a lot of us, just out of sheer spite, when we decided to kill him, took a picture of him. And when we did that, we were pleasantly surprised with this little bloop that pops up that says irony. Where is it? There it is, irony. That was one of the first achievements that was kind of like, oh, that's funny. That's not something I expected. That's not something I was going towards. And I thought that was just a really, really cool idea of what achievements could be. Now, another achievement, which actually, like I mentioned before, I was playing Darkness 2. They actually have an achievement also entitled this. This is the Darkness Romantic achievement, in which case, with Jenny, you kind of basically come to her place the first night and whatnot, and you kind of just watch TV, and she slowly falls asleep. And I like the fact that it gives you millions of time to basically hit the button and get up and go and continue on the game. But if you don't push and whatnot, she essentially lays in your lap and falls asleep, and it's very nice and very romantic, and then you pops and get the achievement. I really much like that. Like I said, I like the achievements kind of be broken down, maybe 40% of the achievements straight up playing the game for the story, then some difficulty ones, some kind of just situational ones like kill enemies with X amount of powers or a certain amount of gun, and then kind of just certain situational ones where if you do just something one certain way, you get an achievement. So I like that once again with BioShock, and I like that once again with Darkness. And once again, I'm just going to let this ramble. I'll just keep rambling on as this ends up here. But achievements in general, I just enjoy. Like I said, they give me a reason to play a game again, which a lot of times you might just finish a game, be done with it, and move on. With renting games, I now find that, I'll beat them and then look at how much time I have left with the game and what achievements I may want to get. And it's kind of cool, too, not to necessarily measure up against other people, but to kind of see what other friends have gotten in the game, what achievements they've done, and kind of one-up them. In which case, I bet if you look at your Xbox Live gamer tag, I probably have played 75% of the games that you have also played. You can kind of see if maybe you have more, maybe you have less of me. I can easily kind of see what you did differently and kind of see the order of achievements and order of what I've unlocked compared to you, which I think is really interesting to do, to kind of see how other people play other games. I'm noticing more people on my friends list now are not even bothering with the single-player campaign or the story modes of any games. Like, if it has an online component, a lot of my friends now are just playing that and nothing else. I think that's kind of sad. I think, that's basically where gaming is going to be going in the future. But, I don't know. Like I said, this is not that big of a deal, but I just want to kind of do a video for it, because it's a milestone. It's 100,000 achievement points, which I'll do one for at the 250, which if it took me 5 years to get this, I'll probably be on the next Xbox, and I'll probably be 10 years older. So that's kind of sad for an almost 30-year-old to kind of this be my crowning achievement, if you will. But as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.